Well, hello, welcome to another game night where we take these online Bible quizzes together, answer a few questions, and see who does the best. Usually you guys, but we have fun doing it together. So let's get going to this week's category, which is Abraham. Abraham. All right, I think I'm pretty good with Abraham, considering he's the father of the Christian faith, right? All right, let's see how well we do. All right, question question number one. Why why did God plague Pharaoh's house when Abraham and Sarah visited Egypt? Why did God plague Pharaoh's house when Abraham and Sarah visited Egypt? Because Pharaoh took Sarah into his house, because Pharaoh threw them both in prison, because Pharaoh wanted them to worship him, or because Pharaoh blasphemed God. I think it had to do with Sarah. And why are they spelled differently? I think it's A, right? First one. Because Pharaoh took Sarah into his house, right? Because he lied about them being his sister. I think, I think that was kind of tough. Well, for me it was. As for you guys, probably easy. All right, next question. I need to see if I can move this. All right, back to question number two. How did Abraham get some of his riches? He plundered the king of Sodom. He plundered the king of Gomorrah. Pharaoh gave it to him, or from the spoils of his war to rescue Lot. Wow, that's another tough one. I think it's D. Let me give you a moment to answer. Sometimes I influence you guys in a negative way towards the wrong answer. I would think I lead you towards the right answer, but I think it's D. All right, I'm going with D. Question number two. All right, next question. Question number three. Which of these statements is true? I have to read these questions because sometimes they are misleading. Which of these statements is true? Sarah gave her maidservant Hagar to her son Isaac. Isaac killed Ishmael. Hagar fled from Sarah. Or Abraham hated his son by Hagar, Ishmael. Which is true. So that means three of these are false. Clearly, first question, Sarah gave her maidservant Hagar to her husband Abraham, right? So that's false. Isaac killed Ishmael. I don't believe that happened. That seems false. Hagar fled from Sarah. Of course, Hagar was the maidservant. And once Hagar gave Abraham a firstborn son, there was a falling out between the two. So I would believe more of that one versus the last one. Abraham hated his son by Hagar Ishmael. I don't think he would hate his son Ishmael. So I am going with C to be true and the others false. These are pretty tough. Question number four. What covenant did God establish through Abraham? Tithing, burnt offerings, circumcision, or rainbows? Let me give you a moment to answer. While I think about, think I think it's circumcision. Definitely rainbows is Noah. Burnt offerings, I think that's with Moses, right? Tithing is a little later. I'm going with circumcision. All right, next question. Number five. What did Abraham propose as grounds for God not to destroy Sodom? So Abraham proposed if Lot lived there, or if 10 righteous people were found living there, or if they weren't as bad as Gomorrah, or if he was friends with the king of Sodom. So Abraham made this proposal to God because of this. And I believe, let me give you a second to give your answer. Remember your answer. Well, I believe it's B. If 10 righteous people were found living there. And of course, he wasn't successful. I think we're doing good now. Question number 6. What did God ask Abraham to do to prove his obedience? Rescue Lot, give an inheritance to Ishmael, prophesy against the people of Sodom, or offer his son Isaac as a burnt offering? Finally, an easy one. Really easy, right? Really easy. Well, I don't have to give you time to answer because this was the ultimate test of faith, right? Offer his son Isaac as a burnt offering. All right. Question number 7. Where did Abraham bury Sarah? Somewhere. Beside a river, in a cave, on a mountain, or beneath a tree. For some reason, and I'm saying this not to influence your answer, but for some reason I'm thinking beneath a tree. My next guess would be, I don't know, beside a river, in a cave, on a mountain. I'll just go with my gut. My gut told me the first thing, beneath a tree. Of course, I had eggs and bacon for breakfast, so that's what's in my gut. All right. Question number 8. Whom did Abraham want his son to marry? Abraham wanted his son to marry kindred, a Canaanite, an Egyptian, or a Philistine. I would think not someone outside of the nation of Israel. Well, he would start, of course, the nation of Israel. All right, I'm saying kindred. That's my answer. All right, you got your answer? All right. 2 more questions. Question number 9. Did Abraham marry again after Sarah died? Yes or no? Abraham, Isaac. Isaac. Were there others? Okay, there's Hagar and Sarah. Was there a third after Sarah died? I want to say yes. I want to. Because, of course, Isaac had multiple wives, right? Jacob had multiple wives, right? I'll say no. I'll say no. 50-50. All right. Last question. How old was Abraham when he died? 120, 150, 175, 190. I want to say 175, but I have a lean towards 190. Usually, question number 10, the last question, should have been somewhat easy. I don't know. I would be pretty much 99% sure it wasn't 120 because he was 100, right? He was 100 when Isaac was born. So 20 years later, he would die. I'll go with 175. Well, it could be 190. 175. All right. All right. Praying, I get half. Half. All right, let's submit these answers. We're going to view my score while I change this. And, okay, not bad. Not bad. Okay, definitely more than half. Definitely more than half. 35 out of 50. So that's 7, right? 5 points each. 7 times 5, 35. 7. 7. C. Okay. Question number 1. Why did God plague Pharaoh's house when Abraham and Sarah visited Egypt? Because Pharaoh took Sarah into his house. Good. Question number 2. How did Abraham get some of his riches? It was not from the spoils, but Pharaoh gave it to him. Right, cool. I didn't know that answer. Question number 3. Which of these statements is true? Hagar fled from Sarah. Okay, good. Question number 4. What covenant did God establish through Abraham? Yes, circumcision. Question number 5. What did Abraham propose as grounds for God not to destroy Sodom if 10 righteous people were found there? Question number, I'm on a roll here. Look at that. What did God ask Abraham to do to prove his obedience? Yes, offer Isaac his son. And then here, where it got hairy, where did Abraham bury Sarah? Okay, got it wrong. Was not beneath a tree. That was the more romantic answer, right? But it was actually in a cave. In a cave. Question number 8. Whom did Abraham want his son to marry? Kindred. And then I'm going to need to transition this one once. Did Abraham marry again after Sarah died? Yes, he did. That was my third question wrong, which means the last question I did get right. His age when he died. Here we go. How old was Abraham when he died? 175. All right, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. I imagine you guys did better. But we had fun doing it, right? So that's now another episode of Game Night. Looking forward to another game night with you next week. And remember, God loves you, and so do we.